Hello friends, welcome to my channel Know It. So in today's video I'm going to explain you the highlights of the recent RBI's monetary policy announcement which is made by the RBI Governor Shaktikant Das. So on October 9th the bi-monthly policy of the RBI was announced by the governor. So it is very important and crucial to the economy at this point of time, and let me tell you, RBI has been taking a lot of measure to revive the economy at this point of time, and it has been helping and supporting the economy throughout the pandemic. So let me brief you on Monetary Policy Committee. This Monetary Policy Committee consists of 6 members. Basically, 3 members are external, and these external members are appointed by the central government. Now, the Monetary Policy Committee meeting has to be conducted before making the announcement of bi-monthly policy of the RBI. Now, this time what happened was the meeting of this committee was delayed due to non-appointment of these external members by the government. In the year 2020, September month, the tenure of the last monetary policy committee was expired. Now once the committee tenure expires, the members are not eligible for the appointment, so the new members have to be appointed. Because the new members were not appointed, the committee meeting was delayed, and due to that the announcement also got delayed. Now the meeting of this committee was actually or initially planned on 29th of September. So they thought they will have a meeting from 29th to 1st October, but it was it did not happen. Later on, after the appointment of these members, the committee sat together on 7th, 8th and 9th of the October, and on 9th of the October the RBI governor made the announcement after the meeting. Whatever key decisions were taken, or the decisions were taken in the meeting, the same thing was announced. Now this committee has a tenure of only 4 years. The members will be eligible only for 4 years. After that the committee cannot have the same external member. The new members should be reappointed. Now in the year 2016, when Urjit Patel was the governor, the last time that was the last time when the external members were appointed. Now in between, the RBI governor, the existing governor, has actually sought for the extension of their membership in the committee so that they can make some decisions for this bi-monthly policy. But due to the new provision with regard to this extension of the membership or the tenure of the members of the committee, the government did not approve this move. So let me tell you who are the Monetary Policy Committee members right now. One is Ashima Goyal, who is a professor at Indira Gandhi Institute, and Jayant Verma, then Shashanka Binde, and these are the external members. These are the well-known economists. Then we have RBI governor himself as a member, Shaktikant Das. We also have the deputy governor, RBI deputy governor, Mr. Patra, who is actually the in charge of monetary policy. And we also have director of RBI, who is in charge of monetary policy, Mr. Mridul Sagar. So these 6 members constituted the monetary policy. Let us see the highlights of the Monetary Policy Committee, the decisions taken. Now, unanimously, the members of the committee have decided to keep the key rates unchanged. So, repo rate has been at a 4%. So, they have kept the repo rate intact at a 4%. Now, we know that in the past 9 months, the repo rate has been changed about 115 basis points. So, now at present a repo rate is kept at 4%. Meanwhile, the reverse repo rate is also kept unchanged at 3.35%. Now let me tell you, the repo rate is a one at which the banks borrow money from RBI, or RBI lends loan to the banks, and a reverse repo rate is a one. This is a rate at which RBI borrows money from the bank. Okay, so these two are remain unchanged, and the MSF, that is marginal standing facility rate, and also the bank rate is also kept unchanged at 4.25%. Now This is a good thing, like people can borrow more, they can spend on economic activities so that economy can revive. And also RBI is at the place wherein they are ready to make further changes in these key rates in the coming. So GDP is likely to contract by 9.5%. This is what RBI is saying. So this is the first time in this year RBI is projecting the GDP. So we are having minus 9.5% GDP now, and the GDP growth for the upcoming quarter, April-June quarter, they have projected at 20.6%. So we still have hope because economic activities have started slowly reviving. The RBI governor has also told that earlier we were in a condition wherein we were occupied with the fear and worries, but now we have to slowly move on to reviving the economy. So RBI has going to stick to their monetary policy, accommodative monetary policy stance. That means it is going to be a ease money policy. That means the RBI may change or reduce its key rates in order to accommodate economic activities in the economy. In the near future, they may reduce the policy rates like a repo rate and a reverse repo rate. They may bring some changes. And then the retail inflation in the retail inflation is projected at 6.8% for this September quarter based on the CPI index. So the RBI has made announcement with regard to RTGS, the real-time gross settlement. RBI is going to make RTGS available round the clock. So fund transfer is going to be even more easier. 365 days, you will be able to send the money or no, have this RTGS facility availed from the banks at 24 into 7. At the present, we have this RTGS facility available from morning 7 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. and during holidays, bank holidays, we are not going to avail this service. So right now the RBI made this announcement, and this will be implemented from December 2020, this year itself, December month. We will be receiving or getting these services from the bank. Remember, last year 2019, the RBI has made NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, made available for 20 for the entire day 24 into 7, and that is working very smoothly. That is why RBI has come up with this measure. Now India is going to be one of the few countries which is going to provide RTGS services 24 into 7, and this is mainly done by the RBI governor because he wanted to bring innovations and wanted to make ease of doing business in India. And also one more thing, the RBI governor announced is to boost liquidity or to maintain liquidity in the economy. And they are going to come up with open market operations of around 20,000 crore. So as of now, this open market operation is there in the market, but it is of 10,000 crore. But now the RBI has announced of 20,000 crore. That means the RBI is going to buy the bonds from the open market. These are the state government bonds which the RBI will be buying. Weekly 20,000 worth the transaction is going to take place. So the bond market is going to get a boost. Then differential risk weights are applicable to individual housing loans. Now with this RBI announcement, we all can expect, this is a good news for all of us, we can expect to get home loans even at a cheaper rate. So the home loans, their interest rate is going to reduce because of this move taken by the RBI. Earlier, whenever the bank lend or banks give these housing loans, they used to assume a high amount of risk because they used to give a portion of their capital into it. So there is assumed risk to the banks, but now that risk is like rationalized, and the housing loan is going to become cheaper for the people. This is done mainly to boost economic activity. One thing is that they know, the RBI knows the role of real estate, which is playing in the economy. Real estate is a one which creates more employment, and it creates more economic activities, like we buy cements and a lot of materials. It generates employment. So in order to boost more of those employment and other activity, the government RBI has done or taken this measure, this step. And also they have introduced on tap TLTRO. This is nothing but targeted long-term repo operation. That means the RBI is going to give a loan of around 1 lakh crore rupees to the banks. They can avail 1 lakh crore rupees from the RBI, and this is going to be there for 3 years. The tenure of this loan will be for 3 years. Now the banks can borrow money from the RBI, and this money has to be invested or deployed by the bank in the commercial papers or corporate bonds or non-convertible debentures of these companies. Now the main aim of the RBI over here is to double the growth activity in the economy. That is why this step is taken. How they are going to double the growth activity is, the RBI has instructed the banks to lend these money to the particular sector, to selected sectors which has a link, backward and forward integration link. So to such companies or to the corporates, the banks should lend a loan. So yeah, this is about the TLTRO now link. So friends, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. That's all in this video. So if you have benefited out of this video, please like and share, and also subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon so that you get notified every time when I upload a new video. So until then, until next time, be safe and stay happy. Thank you. Bye bye.